I'm Kyle Kramer, the Executive Director of the Earth and Spirit Center. For a long time, I've listened to and admired the work of Krista Tippett, who produces the On Being podcast. Way back before podcasts were a thing and everyone was making them, I always dreamed that the Earth and Spirit Center might produce a podcast of similar quality to Krista Tippett's. Long form, thoughtful, well edited conversations with local and national thought leaders about ideas and themes related to our mission of cultural transformation through spirituality, compassion practices, and care for the earth. Then, a little more than a year ago, the stars finally aligned. One of our funding partners provided some backing, and an incredible volunteer, Joe Brown, stepped forward and offered his services, his expert sound engineer services, to do all the post production work. I offered to host the podcast, and so we jumped into it, hoping we could put some good content out into the world. The Earth and Spirit Center podcast was born. Fast forward a year or so, and I have to say that hosting the Earth and Spirit Center podcast has been just an incredibly interesting, fun, and fulfilling part of my work at the Earth and Spirit Center. I have loved connecting with amazing guests, prepping for interviews, having soul moving and mind expanding conversations with them. I've been absolutely bowled over at the production quality that Joe Brown has given these podcasts. He has spent hours at his computer to just get them to sound just right. And I've been moved to see how these shows have gotten thousands of listens from across the country and across the world, actually. And I'm just incredibly grateful for the opportunity to introduce listeners to new ideas and to inspiring leaders. So if you haven't taken a listen yet, I'd encourage you to check out the Earth and Spirit podcast. You can find it on the Apple Podcast platform, so iTunes, Google Podcasts, all the other major podcast platforms. And we'll put a link in this email where you can click through to the Anchor platform, which is the platform that hosts them. You can check out the archive of our shows and give some a listen. And if you like what you hear, of course, please subscribe and please spread the word by rating and reviewing them in that platform, hopefully letting your friends know. And also, if you have any suggestions for guests you'd like to hear or themes you'd like us to address, please email us at info@earthandspiritcenter.org. Thanks so much for listening.